All right, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna talk about the one janitor. We're gonna talk about T1J. Now, I like T1J. He's easy to listen to. He occasionally has some really good ideas, and his content is concise. I really appreciate it when a person can express a simple topic in a reasonable amount of time. So anyway, a recent video of his caught my attention. It was called, "Is Don't Feed the Trolls Bad Advice?" I don't know, but that really sounds like bad grammar, yet it looks correct. Anyway, I immediately said no to this question. Many trolls are behaving like they do because they are seeking attention or self-amusement. If you engage, you instigate more of the same behavior. And if your feelings get hurt, you're allowing them to get hurt. Anyone can say all the horrible things they want to me, and the only one who can hurt me with those words is me. If I care about what you say, I have chosen to care. So, let's see what T1J has to say.
Madness and stupidity.
So in today's online discourse, among other things, being a progressive or an advocate of social justice can make you a target of hatred, which is really fucking stupid, by the way.
Real hatred comes from people trying to ruin people's lives over opinions they don't like, either by trying to scare people out of the neighborhood or getting them fired from their job. That is going after someone personally to make their life actually worse. Not seemingly worse, as mean words can do. So yeah, it is really fucking stupid. But the bulk of what gets under the progressive skin are actual arguments that they can't debate. Why? Because they're wrong. Unfortunately, they don't like being wrong and are incapable of actual debate, so instead they just point their finger at the other person and claim hatred.
And if you follow me for a while, then you kind of know that I talk about that a lot. But even so, I feel like I get less hate than other people in the same space. And that could be for various reasons, but one of the reasons may be because I tend not to feed the trolls.
The reason you get less keyboard hate is because you're eloquent and try to find some neutral ground to stand on. Unfortunately, many times you'll pretend the ground you're standing on is neutral when in reality it is not. But even that won't make you the target of people's ire. The people that get a boatload of negativity are oftentimes spinning bullshit to fit an insane narrative, and a lot of people are getting sick of it.
So I'm an old school internet dude, and I know that trolls have existed for as long as people have been able to communicate with each other online.
Ah, good. Then you understand how people get into trolling and the correlation between the massive increase in internet usage and the massive increase of trolls. Yes?
But what exactly is a troll?
Oh, no. You're not gonna give trolls more credibility by taking them seriously, are you? Please tell me you're not doing that. That would be stupid.
But the term troll is misused a lot. Like, some people use the term to describe basically any obnoxious person on the internet, but that's not really accurate. Essentially, when you break it down, a troll is just someone who facetiously says or does something just to fuck with you or to get an emotional reaction out of you.
Oh, never mind, you explained it perfectly.
Sometimes someone just might be having a bad day, but also some people are just tactless and unpleasant all the time.
Yeah, and why shouldn't they be? Being pleasant doesn't get you nearly as much attention as being a cunt. Maybe more people need to feed the trolls less and perhaps feed the pleasant people more. Nah, it's way more fun to just react. That's why I'm doing it right now.
But we can't get to a point where we expect some kind of retribution anytime we're pissed off, because that's just not how the world works. We don't have the right to not be pissed off. But that brings up the next point. Another reason that people are iffy about the whole don't feed the trolls thing is that a lot of trolls are actually abusive. Like, yeah, you don't have the right to not be pissed off, but I feel like you do have the right to feel safe and not be threatened or bullied or harassed.
What does that even mean? Safety is an illusion, and feelings are chemical reactions that happen in your brain. You have the right to have a chemical reaction based on an illusion. I don't think you understand what rights mean. No matter what a troll says or how frequently they say it, you will have chemical reactions in your brain. That's not a right, that's just something that happens. However, you have a right to decide how to deal with those chemical reactions, either through trolling or meditation or whatever it is you want to do.
And this is what a lot of trolls are doing online, especially now where being mean is like trendy for some reason.
What? Being mean has always been trendy. You've been to school, that shit starts early. Kids are mean to kids, which creates mean adolescents that eventually grow up into mean adults. Same thing can be applied to stupid kids and lazy kids. If they're given a direction and form useful habits, then we have less poorly adjusted adults. Instead, we have college courses teaching everyone they're special little snowflakes that matter. You don't matter. I don't matter. Nobody matters. Oh shit, sorry, that was my inner nihilist coming out.
And let's be clear, anyone who is threatening people or stalking people or doing anything that's illegal should be prosecuted whether or not they're trolling.
I agree, unless of course your progressive buddies want to start expanding the term threatening to things that aren't actually threatening. Like, for example, if I had a gun to your head and you had to choose, is a hypothetical. It's not a threat, yet some people want to insist that it is in fact a threat. And now that you mentioned stalking, have you listened to Zarna Joshi's videos? If I ask a woman out on a date, that is stalking according to her. When the good ideas and the extremist ideas become so interwoven by an ideology, it becomes difficult to determine who the rational people are.
And I think a lot more effort should be put into legally defining and criminalizing online harassment. Due to the anonymity of most trolls, prosecuting them is unlikely. But if you do feel threatened or unsafe, you should still report that anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on this one. I don't do it personally, but it's a better alternative than going to your social media platform and wailing about how bad you feel. That's literally feeding the trolls.
So what do we do about it then? Usually if someone is doing something stupid or abhorrent, I'm often a fan of satire and ridicule. Like if you can demonstrate why you shouldn't do something by pointing out the absurdity of it, sometimes you can convince people not to do it.
Fucking yes! Yes. This. Absolutely this. For one thing, it helps develop your sense of humor. Many people are stuck in this take everything seriously mode that they forget how to make fun of something. Humor is like anything else, it takes practice. And if you can outwit your opponent, even if that opponent is just a raging cunt, it feels significantly better than running off to tell on them. Not letting someone get to you is a confidence boost.
But usually trolls are immune from such things. Like they don't give a shit. They know that they're being ridiculous.
Some are, yeah. But sometimes it's not just about being immune, it's about playing along. For example, if a troll starts out as a satire of something you like, but consider it trolling, and proceed to use satire back against them, that might inspire more satire. The person reading your satire might think you're joining in on the game.
It's like they can't be reasoned with, and usually they can't be shamed.
Yeah, alright, trolls are not people. There are people behind the trolls, but the troll itself is just a fictitious character made up by the person trolling. You can't shame something that isn't real. Even if the person did feel shame, the troll is not them. The troll is just a persona. That's why they don't care. You don't know them, so you can't possibly be accurate even when you are.
One thing you can do is give them a reaction, but just not the reaction that they want. Like any reaction that shows that you're not bothered or riled up can be effective. Like maybe respond to a negative comment with kindness, and not sarcastic kindness, because that's kind of the same as being upset, which is what they want, but like actual warmness and compassion.
Now, alright, this one could work if it weren't for the fact that tone is hard to read in text. You could write the nicest things, and the person reading it could get the satisfaction of thinking you're bothered and being sarcastic. I'm not saying it's not an option, I'm just saying it's not a very good one.
You could also try counter-trolling the troll, which probably won't stop them, but at least it'll be fun for you, and it may serve as a deterrent for other people. The problem with that is that you might get out-trolled, because odds are they have more practice at it than you do.
Sure, fire with fire. Though, last I checked, fighting fire with fire usually makes more fire. The whole place gets wiped clean, but that doesn't really solve the problem of trolling.
Or you could ignore them altogether. And I think for pure personal sanity, this is by far the best response.
I'd have to agree. Block functions are wonderful for the intolerable. However, like anything else in life, do something too much and it will have adverse consequences. When a person gets so used to blocking things they don't like, any form of criticism looks like trolling. This is why Steve Shives auto-blocks people who have never messaged him once. This is why Feminist Frequency disables comments and ratings even when their work might be good. Some people like to create their own echo chamber and then behave like hypocrites within it. They become the trolls that once annoyed them, except in a precious little bubble.
Don't feed the trolls is useful when people are being rude or obnoxious, but in the case of actual online abuse and harassment, I don't think it reaches far enough. It's kind of like sweeping dirt under the rug. Like, it looks a little cleaner, it might make you feel a little better, but it doesn't actually address the root issue.
Alright, now you've pulled a 180. This is where progressives start to get under people's skin, T1J. Basically, when a progressive person wants to fix something, they keep fixing it until they've turned it into something else that is just as broken. Or sometimes more broken. The options element of the video is the best compromise for how to deal with trolls because trolling is simply an extension of human behavior on the internet. When the idea gets pushed too far and you give the words people use more power than they actually have through legislation, you're making the problem worse. Trolling often stems from a perceived lack of power in real life, and those people are trying to attain it in other ways. You can stem most bullying and insults from people to personal insecurities. It's so fucking common, it's taught to children. As a whole, this is not a bad video, T1J. I'll even go ahead and like it. I just think you're taking the idea too far by taking trolls too seriously. Even when they're trolling you to kill yourself, only you can choose to kill yourself. Fuck those people. I am an idiot, and if this has been a reasonable opinion, hit that thumbs up button. If it's unreasonable, well, there's the thumbs down button. You know how to fucking use it.